Good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Hello, hello, hello. I know I said we were going to do town to city, but this is just where my brain was, so we're doing city skylines. We will get back to town to city though. I do want to get back in there, but this is where we're going to hang today. All right, so let me show you. I got quite a bit done off camera. I was able to jump in and play a little bit here and there. So I got all the fencing along the outside here, and I went in some key places and connected a few pedestrian paths where it made sense, like connecting these roads up. I put a little park space back here, made a little connection here. So just kind of went in and also did some tree detailing. Same thing over here behind this neighborhood is there's a couple little paths that connect in. And again, just did the fencing and adding the homes around. And then on this back side, I decided to pull in some of the wall-to-wall, the colorful along the back for some apartments to this area. And then I went ahead and pulled in our, we talked about doing the senior center. So what I did is I actually put two of them back to back with Move It. So it's like one big area, and it actually looks really nice. It looks like it forms a little courtyard in the middle. So I really like how that turned out. And then across the way, I did the same style we did in our other senior living with the pedestrian roads, and then I put the gardens in the middle. So that turned out really nice. And then I tucked in some recycling because we needed that. So did a lot of little finishing things. So this area is now complete. But I really like how it turned out. Hopefully you guys like it too. Thank you, No Mercy. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hello, Chris. Hello, Steve. Good morning. Good morning. You got the emerging downtown in the countryside. Nice. Oh, I know you guys can hear Anna drinking water. We went on a walk this morning and she just finished her breakfast. She's drinking some water. So yeah, I did quite a little bit here and there off camera, just so that area is complete. And then we can start on a whole new section, which is very exciting. So, all right. Alrighty. So our concept again here is these essentially creating these kind of cul-de-sac neighborhoods. The other thing I did was, did we do this together? I think we did this together, the bike paths, if I remember correctly. But if we didn't, I did those. I can't remember what we did last time. In addition to all that, but we have that all connected. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with our strode here and what we want to be bringing in. I'm gonna go ahead and just upgrade these like so. We are gonna grab that is going there, which is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this one to the corner. I like in each of these sections, we've done a little underground piece, so that way there is a place to cross over where you don't have to cross the road. And I think we will keep that up. I really like that. So we're going to do that here. Looks like we need to go back just a little further. Slope too steep. There we go. Come under. Lovely. And then we will use Move It to shorten this up. Grab this, move that. Lovely. Just so there is a nice little path here. Clean this up a little bit. Ah, that's what it is. Okay. There we go. Nice and neat. Nice and neat. Okay. That one's already connected. I do think I'm going to bring this back. I do like having the little paths. I think it's nice. Okay, very nice. Okay, let's do what we did on our other ones and do our little bush detailing, and we need to change all our trees and whatnot. But yeah, I hope you guys had a good week. Sorry I was not around last week, but I was very productive. I got so much done and it was just really good. Really, really good. Hope you guys had a good week. Hello, Matilda. Nice to see you. Yeah, Chris and No Mercy, I was telling you guys on Discord, I was reading some, I try to like be intentional about like good news sources, like happy or funny news or interesting news. And I heard that there was a surplus of potatoes in Germany, I think specifically in oh, why can't I think? Anyways, I think there was like a specific city, but maybe it's all over Germany. I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. But I heard this story that their crops had a surplus of potatoes, and that all these chefs were trying to find all these different ways to make potatoes, and then they ended up actually handing out free potatoes to the citizens, which I will tell you, I think is the most incredible thing, and it sounds so logical to do that. You know what they do here in the States? If there's a surplus of crops, they throw it away. They don't do that, and it's just United States is so depressing. But I just thought that was so cool. And then it made me go like, taco potatoes? A surplus of spuds. Yes. Surplus of potatoes. In Berlin. That was right. That was right. It was in Berlin. But, you know, you hear little news stories like that and it just warms your heart. I don't know. I think it's really, really cool. Okay, so I want to make sure that we are sticking with kind of our pattern here a little bit. And then again, I'm just mixing in regular roads for parking and such. That way there is some street parking, which I think is important. We're going to bring this all the way back. And then we've got our tree lined. Okay, let's get our trees in, and then we'll look at what services we need to put in this little section. So I'm really treating these like kind of their own area. Okay, so we did this is the bigger tree. Where that was on the bike road. So let's do that. Okay, and then we did the smaller version of that tree. Is that in here? Or is it in here? It's in here. On these roads. And also on these. And now we've got all of our trees in place. Very nice, very nice. Okay, you know what I thought might be fun to do in this little area is what if we did the, oh, what is it called? Hold on, let's paint a new area. So I kind of like making each feel a little different, like we did with these two here. Heart of Korea, that's what I was thinking of. I think that could be a really fun little neighborhood to have here. Yeah, so that's different, Steve. So like there are a few things here in the United States. Like one of them is called like Misfit Market. I think another one is in Perfect Foods, where they do go collect produce that's like odd shaped or, you know, slightly bruised, like stuff that is just like not quote unquote perfect for the grocery store. And then you can buy those for cheaper through like a delivery service. They do have that. And yes, some stores do donate to food banks. It's not across the board here. I'm saying like at the source level in our like big agriculture, like if there was a surplus like on the big ag side here, they just throw it away. But like individual like grocery stores and smaller farmers and things like that, like there are people here that do care about that. It's just, you know, not the big corporations, unfortunately. Shocker. Okay. All right, so yeah, I think like Heart of Korea would be really fun in here. I hope you guys like that idea. So let's look at what we would want in this area, because I think we do have like all the different service stuff from Heart of Korea as well. So there is the Crematorium Memorial Park, which would be really nice to put in. And we have this square here, which I think would be really interesting to do something with as well. Let's just pause the game. Let's pull together the items I'm thinking of, and then we can kind of go from there. There is this large general hospital, which I do like as well. Like, we could really make this like a medical complex area. That could be interesting to have a big hospital here. Let's put it here. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Okay, so yeah, we do have this police station that came with that as well, and there is a fire station too. Or yeah, that was the fire station. Then there's this little police station. Then we do have that big elementary school, which I really do like. Let's put this here for now. And this was the high school too, right? Yeah, I think so. So let's put that here. There is this National Library too. I wonder if we put that in there as well. And then I think it would be good to think about like some satellite campuses as well. So we could maybe toss some of those in too. I do like these university students. So we could put some of these into. I'm just going to put that there for now so we remember. Okay, and then we do have the bank and post office right here. So I think that's close enough. I think we can put a bank and post office over here. So I think that's going to be fine. And then there are some. Aren't there some parks, or where it's just plazas that I'm thinking of? Let's look in here and see. Yeah, there's some other buildings here I think we have for another area. Yeah, we use this Korean food alley. I think we find that again. And then the Chirps Up Plaza, I think that would be really nice to have. Let's see if we can find it and find it. Oh yeah, here we go. So we'll definitely use that again. I know it already exists. Why can't, I thought if you found it, you could. Oh, isn't there, wait, there was a little trick where I could see where it was on the map, I thought. Maybe not. Where did we put that? Oh, you just got home from your second date. Very nice. Very nice. That's a great attitude to have too. It's a great attitude to have. All right, I'm not going to worry about the market. Oh, would really be nice to have though. Okay, where did we put that? We got to find it. We're on a little mission. Oh, you know, did I put that in? Did I put that in down here? We had another little neighborhood like this. No, this is where I put... We should grab this. Okay, we're gonna grab this. And where did we put that other food market? Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna put this here for now. All right. I know I've done another like big farmers market area. I probably put, oh, I put it down here. Here it is. It is here in our Christmas market. Excellent. We're going to copy that. Pull that over. Okay, that makes me happy. Okay, I feel like this is gonna be like medical education for this area, which I think will be really nice. Very nice, very nice. All right. Okay. So much undeveloped map. I know. There's so much here. There's so much here. All right. So let's get down into this then and organize things. Because I do want to stick with our concept here. So we might need to change. We might need to change a few things. Well, no, because we'll keep our commercial here along there, and then these can be popped in here. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. All right, so I just want to think about where I really want everything. Will the hospital fit here? It would be good because then it has closer access to, and it does. Yeah, that's great actually. I'm gonna actually center this. Let's grab a little surface painter here. Yeah, that's gonna be good. Lots of great access there then. All right, so nice big hospital complex. I think we've got, I'm gonna move the high school over to back here. Yeah, I kind of want to have that back up to some parking there. I wonder if I lift this up a little bit. Yeah, that's gonna work. Okay, let's grab our parking. Excellent. And again, we're going to grab Surface Painter here. Let that hide underneath there. And this is great because the other high school's over here, but if you lived over here, this might be closer for you. I think that works nicely. Yeah, that's fine. It does what it needs to do. Let's try to lift that to an even spot. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is we're actually going to move this. And we have room for a little bit of detailing to help make this look really clean. Okay. That works for me. A little path underneath there. We've got lots of park in the high school, but then also you have access to the back here. Ooh, actually, maybe I want a little bit more space here. Yeah, if we do 4 and 4, then, oh, then it's like you can walk and actually, let's bring these in a little bit. Yeah, and then you can walk through there to access the school. I think that actually looks really nice. Okay. Yeah, that works for me. Perfect parking frame, yeah. Yeah, I think that works okay. All right. So then, let's put, I'm gonna move you over here for the moment. We put the, yeah, the elementary schools, the other elementary schools all the way over there. Okay. So that's fine. Yeah, maybe we can. I love when a road dead ends like this. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna center this. This is what we're gonna do. We are gonna grab our parking for the front, and then we can move this up to there. We are gonna grab that way we can have a little bit of space right in the center there. Oh, that's really nice. The other thing I really like about this asset is it's got these entrances on the side here. So we can do something with that, which is always nice. Lovely. Okay. That's gonna work very nicely. Okay. We're getting there. Okay. All right. So how do I want to do this? I know this is a crematorium, but it really could be like a city hall type building. It's got the vibe for that too. So I think we're just gonna, even though it's a crematorium, we're gonna see it as that type of building. So let's move this out of the way for the moment. What I'd like to do, if you're coming off the monorail, yeah, you see this. I think that would be good. And actually, what I might change up then, no, that works. That works. Okay. I'm gonna center this to this road right here. And again, we're gonna bring in just, we can do this, parking right out front like that. I'm gonna center that a little bit more. Bring this up. Perfect. And then what I'd like to do, yeah, and then we could bring a pedestrian road in the back here. I think this will end up looking really nice. Let's do with trees. Oh yeah, I want to connect up into that road actually. That's gonna look really nice. We let that be center with that. And then let's do a nice red tree here. I think that's actually gonna, what is gonna look nice there. Ooh, or maybe we do the there's the other one too. Ooh, I like that. Let's do that. Okay. And then we're gonna kind of see this as like a government building here. I think that's gonna work really well. And then what I'm hoping is, does this fit here? And we can make this a bit of a plaza. Can scooch this down. Oh, it doesn't like being, that's okay. It can live that way. And then we could put some other market stalls in here. And this just becomes like a plaza for the center, which I really like. That's gonna be good. Okay. And then, all right, now with our police and fire, do you want to be a little bit practical? Okay, so that did almost cover the whole area. So if we kind of think about keeping these centered, that actually will be good. So yeah. If we kind of like tuck these in here, they have their own road there, but then they have quick access to everything else. I think that works really well. And then we will just give them we could do some covered parking. It's actually not a bad idea. What does that look like? A little bit of covered parking. I'm all right with that. Yeah, I might swap these. There's a bit more room over there. Okay. Let's change the lighting so we can see what we're looking at. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move this over here. I'm gonna move this here because there's a bit more room. And then we can do covered parking on both, which I actually think is a nice look for this area. This will work. Just need to use Move It. It doesn't work, but we can probably yeah, this works then. Okay, I'm okay with that. It's not perfect, but it does what it needs to do. Let's just clean this up a little bit here if we can. Okay, that's a little something. Okay, so that's nice. That's our police and fire sorted there then. And that's everything then. So I think what we can do, oh no, it's not everything. We've got this big library, which I really like. And then I think we could bring in two of these satellite campuses. Yeah, I do like that idea. And I actually don't even mind that this is a bit elevated. We could do something nice with the detailing there. We could even bring this back so it's like sitting alongside of the road like that. Yeah, we can just do some nice detailing there. I think that's going to work really well. And then what I'd like to do is do, again, let's fix our lighting. I'd like to do a satellite campus on each side. Yeah. And let's get the color of these the same. I like that blue. And we just almost make it so they are essentially looking like a part of it all. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay. And then let's do a little detailing. We'll fix this right up. Let's actually grab, yeah, I used this tree over there. Let's do that. Like so. Maybe we do, oh, I like using the tall grass here actually. Let's do that. All along the back here. Yeah, I think that's nice. Simple, but it creates like a nice barrier there for the landscaping, which is great. Okay. Sigma, hello. Welcome on in. Hello, BL. Welcome on in. Yeah, the monorail is nice. The monorail is nice. Subway Builder looks cool. I saw City Planner play. Use it. Probably not for me in the way, but I mean, it's cool to watch. But I think probably a very satisfying game for quite a few people. Okay, I'm actually gonna pull through a pedestrian road here, and we're gonna use this to help frame the area. And we'll use Move It and clean this all up. I'm gonna bring this right to the edge there. And then, all right, well, we'll use Move It. I'm gonna go ahead, bring this here. Perfect, okay. Okay, I like that. Oh, we need room for the cars to pull in and park actually. So I'm gonna move this to the edge here. That way cars can pull in. and park there. Okay, and then let's grab these trees here. Oh yeah, that looks really sharp. Okay, let's do the same over here. Lovely. You just move it to clean it all up. Okay. A little bit of surface painter. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. Beautiful. I really love it when you're playing this game and you have a day where everything is just falling nicely into place like it is today. And you're not having to overthink things too much because they're just coming together really nicely. Okay, lovely. So there's our big library and satellite campus. Oh, the other thing I did, I forgot to show you guys. The other thing I did, I made two very important connections. Is I put a little underground path here, and it's coming up right here, and people are using it quite often. And I tucked another one over here because my thought was we have this nice little walking path right here, so it kind of made sense just to kind of tuck into that. You know, you've got this park over here and that, you know, this area over here. If you live in these apartments and you had a dog, like how great would it be just to be able to walk and be able to access a bit more green space. And then also just walking over into the shopping area was the main thought. But yeah, I really like that. Okay. All right, now we've got everything put into place. And what we can do, yeah, I like the idea of just to make this area kind of part of this little campus here. Let's go ahead and use the fencing here. Yeah. And we could put some little seating, which would be nice. Little outdoor study type area. Let's go ahead and get some trees in there, not too much. And then we can start zoning in. Yeah, maybe these. Just little places to sit. And let's pop in a few little trees there. That's nice. Okay. Very simple, but looks really nice. Oh, well, that's the other thing we didn't talk about is the fact that I never thought in my lifetime that I would ever see the Seahawks win a Super Bowl. And, you know, a lot of people said the game was very boring, but if you've been a diehard Seahawks fan for a long time like I have, like, we've always been known for our defense. And for some, it might have been a boring game, but for Seahawks fans or people who really enjoy the defensive game, that was not boring. So that was really, really fun this weekend too. And it was nice to have something to celebrate and just have fun with. And yeah, it was great. It was great. It was very exciting. Yeah, and a pedestrian underpass is always nice. Yes, yes, yes. And hello, Bobble, to you as well. Yeah, I mean, a lot of good players have made stops with the Seahawks, and then they always end up going somewhere else, which is fine. But, yeah. Sunday was amazing. That was really great. It was really, really fun. Okay, last little thing here is we kind of need to figure out what we're going to put here. Yeah, this is such a fun little plaza. I think this is so cute. Yeah, I think we should, let's see, is there room? Oh, there is room for this plaza. I love this plaza. Okay, we're gonna put this here. That's gonna be great. Yeah. Okay, now I think we do zoning. So, is the Heart of Korea, is it all high density zoning or is it the low density zoning? I always forget. Let's see. I think it's low density and then it turns into, it's like a mid density, but it's low density. If I remember correctly, I haven't used this one in a long time. Scrolling to the end of the world. There's the mid-century modern. We'll definitely use the mid-century modern in one of these neighborhoods as well. That'll be really fun. Oh my gosh, it's too many of them. Some of these packs were just too much. Yeah, Heart of Korea. Okay, it is low density. Is it the same with the, or is it the, sorry everyone. I realize how obnoxious this is. I think the Heart of Korea is the high is oh my gosh, yeah, it's the Heart of Korea is yeah. All right, so I'm keen just to see what kind of zones in this area. So that's what we're gonna do. I do want to also make sure I'm thinking about our green belt here that we have on both sides. So I am going to be continuing that. In fact, we should put that in before we do this. Sorry, I should have thought of that. Okay. So we've got our green belt here, which I want to continue. So we're going to pull this all the way through. And that separates our commercial from our residential. Except it won't here, and that's fine. Because we didn't continue it here either. Okay, that's fine. That's right, because we saw this bike road. So then I think what I'd like to do then is have a path here. And that's where we'll do that. Okay, and then we've got this tree here. Let's put that there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay. And then we'll put in our crosswalks. Yes, it's overkill, but this whole area is really heavily pedestrian focused, and that's what we want. Okay. All right, back to zoning now. We got it, and then we can unpause, which will be very exciting. Yeah, I'm keen just to let whatever comes in, and then we can delete and edit as needed. But we'll just see what we get. Yeah, and we'll leave some room for some detailing. Yeah, and we'll just see what comes in. We'll just see what comes in. Okay, and then for our residential, we're gonna make a little park space back there, which will be good. Actually, I don't, yeah, it's fine if stuff's along that road. I don't mind that, actually. It is what it is. Because this low density Heart of Korea, as you know, they really come up looking like little apartments essentially. So all right, let's start there. And then I might do some office stuff around here in this area because we don't have a lot of office and we are having a little bit of industrial demand. So I think that's what we'll do there. Yeah, we'll see how that comes together. Okay, and then all that can be residential, but we'll give that time to grow in. Okay, so let's get a good view here of things. Let's get some good lighting here. All right, and let's put this on 3-speed. I'm gonna go heat up my coffee and then we'll come back and I'll catch up in the chat and we'll see what we get. Okay, ooh, I like what's happening here. It's nice. I mean, the neighborhood's gonna have a whole different vibe and look than the neighborhood next to it, but that's really what I want. Although, oh no. Oh, is there no office? Heart of Korea? So we'll have to put in our own office buildings, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's pause this. I thought there was office Heart of Korea, but that's all right. I think that's the office stuff will look good here. Potentially, we're just gonna have to be really thoughtful about that placement and what buildings we choose. But for now, let's just clear that out and let this keep going. These buildings are so colorful and fun too. Oh, and nice. These have little parking along the back. That's perfect. Let's keep those the way they are because we can make that look really nice backed up against the green belt like that. We can give it a little bit more room and let the cars pull in here. So we can definitely fix that up nice. So I'm good with that. Oh yeah, I think this area is gonna end up looking really cute once it all fills in. While that's doing its thing, let's actually check on our transportation here. Now that we've got a bit more going. Oh yeah, the 2 is fine. That's going really well. Okay, I like that. We need to check on our other metro. I think it's line 10, right? Yeah. Okay, not too busy yet, but that's okay. People are using it. So that's good. And especially this will get even, I mean, it will get busier. Okay, I think while these are filling in, we'll just jump in here and start getting the details figured out. So what I'd like to do then is move this slightly, just a little bit. Doesn't need much. And then we'll grab our surface painter and we'll let this come right up to the path. And we're gonna end up filling this all in anyways. And then you could see the cars can pull in here, and so that's gonna work really well. Okay. Yeah, and these buildings, they all have the little, most of them have the little doors in the back. Ooh, that's too tall. Okay, this is the thing we're gonna need to be careful of. Oh yeah. I want this all to stay medium density, so we will need to... Okay, I forgot they do get tall like that. All right, so let's go ahead and with these commercial buildings, let's go ahead and mark them historical so they don't get taller. Very important. Yeah, I definitely don't want any really tall skyscrapers in this area. We can have some chunky buildings, but I really don't want, like, these should be the tallest in the area. I like these little ones here. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, let's let this play again. I'm just gonna have to keep an eye on things. That will all fill out with the buildings nicely. I'm okay going a little bit heavy on the surface painter. in this area. We're going to have opportunities for a park over here, which is going to be really nice. And we could create some city park space over here as well. So I think that will do good. What is going on in the chat? So happy to be back in Joyland. Yeah, exactly. I don't like anybody making fun of anybody. Yeah, no mercy, exactly. Yeah, I don't, you know, it's all friendly competition, and it's like sometimes there are some fans that, especially with the internet these days, man, people are just mean online for no good reason that they probably feel crappy about themselves. Like, some people are so critical of athletes. It's like, we're fans. Our job is to be supportive, cheer, and watch, and we can have conversations and have a good heated discussion about this player or that player or whatnot if you're really into that. I'm not that into it, but yeah, I don't like when people get made fun of in that way or laughed at or anything like that. I agree. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this lighting a little bit. Yeah, I think this is all filling in really nice. Okay, I'm gonna slow this back down then. And put that there. I'm keen to like let areas fill in pretty good. Okay, right here across from the monorail, I think it would be nice to have like a little teeny tiny green space. I think that would be really nice to have. So I think what we do is grab our fence that we used there. Oh, actually, we've got these hedges. Let's lean into the hedges, actually. Since we've kind of used that all the other places as well. Lean into the hedge. Let's grab our tree we've been using as well. Yeah, since a lot of this area is concrete, it'd be nice to have just a nice little green space. And let's pull through our same ones that we used over by the library and satellite colleges. Just a little seating area there. I think maybe like a little bit of broken fencing would be nice. Just like a little something there. Just kind of have a nice little green space across from the monorail. I think that's really nice. Okay. Yeah, and that will end up, oh, maybe this won't because we are not letting that building upgrade. I wonder if that's fine there. 2 by 3. Let's see. We might need to fill in some of these little gaps ourselves, which is fine. Yeah, so that is the footprint of that one. So actually what I want to do is I want to delete that one. And what we can do, so we could let that be a 3 by 3 there. Let's speed this up. Or maybe we just need to place it ourselves. All right, let's put this there ourselves. Let's mark that historical. That's nice. And then do we have a 1 by 3? There is this. That's a little tall. 1 by 2. Oh, that's kind of fun. It's tall, but it's not too tall. Not too tall. Okay. Can bring that, whoops, up to there, like so. That's nice. And then if you're in the back of these buildings for work, you've got access to this nice lovely green space here. And so in fact, what I'm going to do, change this up a bit. So you can walk out and enjoy this little bit of green space there. I think that's a nice. Let's throw in another table there or two. Yeah, I think that's great. And I think we could even grab a food truck. Yeah, so there's a little place out back. You can grab your tacos and then come sit. Woo! No, no, no tall buildings. No, no, no. I thought I marked those historical. I guess not. All right, well, that's all right. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. Okay, mark these historical as they're coming in so they stay nice and small. No Mercy says, yeah, it seems nowadays the path from fandom to cult ain't long for some. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Aw, thanks, Matilda. I'm glad. I'm glad that I'm glad that you feel that way. I didn't, you know, I was never into video games, and this whole oh, there goes on. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Sorry, delivery driver. Anyways, what I was saying is, I didn't know what cozy gaming was until I kind of ventured into this whole world of gaming. But I really appreciate that, Matilda. I like to watch cozy gaming myself. Okay, I think this is starting to come together. Oh, I need to catch these little ones. I didn't mark historical. Okay. Yeah, this is like turning into a nice little fun, funky neighborhood. Okay. Let's, what have we got going on here? Okay, so we're waiting for something to come in there. You know what we could do is when there's little opportunities, yeah, there's this lovely little, oh, that's not gonna fit. I was gonna say there's this lovely little plaza from Larry. Maybe we find a smaller one. Oh, there's footprints there. Okay, interesting. I think I'm gonna change this up. So are there any 3x4s? There is. Okay, let's pop that in there. That's good. I like that. Okay. Now, how big are these footprints here? Okay, so we probably could fit. Yeah, if we took out, I'm going to pause this for just 1 second. Yeah, this is such a pretty little plaza. This definitely could go here. I'm going to delete that building. I'm going to put this back here. Yeah, I mean, look how pretty that is. I love that. Nice little plaza. Okay, and then what we'll do is, yeah, we'll let a, or actually, let's see, do we have, is there a 2x3? No, there is not, but there are 2x2s. Let's pop that in there. Okay. Yeah, I do like that that path is defined right there. The other thing we could do here, yeah, there are these little 1x1s I really like. Let's pull this over. These are so cute. They really are so cute. Okay, that's nice. Just making sure I mark those historical. Okay. And we have a little space here. Oh yeah, for sure. Was that part of that footprint as well? All right, well, we'll put you there. Because I'm not letting this grow up anymore, so nothing's gonna be there. I think then that makes me want to change this a little bit. Is there a 3x2? There is. There are a few of them actually. That's a little big. There are 1x2s. Is there a 2x2? There is. Oh, that's the one. And then if we did, yeah, there we go. That's cute now. Very nice. Yeah, I just want to kind of go around and make sure that we're kind of filling in these areas a little bit. Yeah, crumbling away. Yeah, exactly. You're doing a good job, Anna. You're keeping the things where they're supposed to be. Okay, how far away can I have this from the road? I don't know, is it gonna complain? Okay, well, let's grab another food truck then. Can grab your food and go sit. There are some benches there. Yeah, that's nice. That works. Okay. Just looking through here. Grab these. Move them over to here. I do want this area to feel pretty along our strode for it to feel pretty full. We should swap these. There we go. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Come get your tacos. Whoa, no tall buildings. Oh no, there's more tall buildings. As you say that, Bobble, as I read your comment. Oh, bugaboo. No tall buildings. You know what we're gonna do? We are gonna, this zoning here is a little wackadoo. We're gonna hand place right here so it's along this frontage road, or along this main part of the road. Let's go nice 4x4 because I bet we could get a nice corner building here. Nice building on the corner. And then there are 2x4. There's a these. It's a little different style. I think we're gonna sneak it in there just 'cause. Just cause. Okay, and then, you know what's gonna work well here, actually. You guys know these is one of my favorite assets. Love that. These have a little bit different vibe, but they are going to work in the area. So I like that. Did I mark that historical? I did not. Let's make sure I do that. Okay, and then we have room probably for a 2x2 here. We do. Pop that in there. Just need to scooch it over a smidge. Yeah, that's very nice. Okay, there we go. Much better than what was there before. Let's clean that all up. Eek. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, and again, we're gonna have a little green space here, which I think is gonna be really nice. And be nice if you could walk from this parking lot to here. So we're gonna change that up. We can unpause this. We can put this back slow. This does not need to be all that big speed anymore. Let's get a little bit of space here. We are gonna grab a path. Oh. All right, well, we will use like so. That's gonna be nice. Okay. And then let's grab our tree we've been using. Let's try to pull in some little spots of some green space where it makes sense, where we can. I think that's nice. Okay. I think it's looking good. Yes, hello to lurking Shannon, if she is lurking about. Dizzy, I did not say hello to you. Hello. Hello, hello. Okay. All right, I think this is... Gosh, this building does really look out of place, doesn't it? Maybe not. It kind of matches this style a little bit here. We'll leave it. It's actually not too bad. It's actually not too bad. Okay. Ooh, no. How dare you? How dare you sneak in? Okay. Okie dokie, something else we'll build in there. So that's all good. All right, so we will do some detailing back here, make this look nice. Before we do that though, I would like to go ahead and bring in some offices here. Make sure I did mark these all historical, yes. Okay. All right, so we do have some nice space here for some nice like corner type buildings potentially. Let's see, do we have something we could use for a pattern? We do have the wall to wall, which we could use. They're very colorful. They would kind of work. Yeah, there's these corner pieces. Oh, I do like those. Okay, let's pause this for a second. If we did... Yeah, I like that on the corner like that. Yeah, those are actually nice. Okay, we'll need to fix that. And then if we did... Yeah, that is a... we pulled in the same style and we just centered them a little bit. That could actually look really nice. We need to pull in, try to get all the same patterns if we can. This orange, I don't mind that. Which style is this variation to? Oh, that's a different... Okay, so there are some different ones. Okay, so it looks like there's different... Well, that looks pretty close to that. Okay. That's kind of a nice one. We'll leave that one. Okay, so that's that one. So that works. Let's change our lighting here so we can see. Okay, that's the same one we did over there. And these are the same, but I'd kind of like these to be... Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so now those are all the same like that. And then what would be really great to do is grab, yeah, this beautiful plaza of Larry's. We grab some surface painter here. Okay, and then what we do, we need to center this. We're going to bring this up like so. Same thing on this side. Center, bring that up. In fact, we're going to move these up a little bit as well. Okay, let's mark these historical. And then essentially we've created a little office park right in the middle of town here. And remember, we know this is a crematorium, but we're seeing it as like a government office building. It's kind of the vibe we're going for here. That's really nice, actually. I do like that. And there's lots of space to walk around the plaza. You've got your office buildings. I dig it. I dig it. Patrick, hello. Welcome on in. I wish I had time to keep up with the Olympics. Ugh. That's so awesome, though. That's so awesome. Okay, we do need to pull through. Oh, good. We have, oh, here we go. Oh, it's here that we need them. Whoops. Okay. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. And now our residential demand is back up. So we can go ahead and get this filled in. That's going to be great. Maybe we turn this into a nice big park right here. It could be really great to have kind of in the center there. Could also turn into the area around the elementary school park as well. Something to think about for sure. But for now, we are going to just fill all this in. And let this all build up and see what we get there. Okay, so while that's filling out, oh, I messed up the park thing and I didn't mean to. Sorry. And actually, we're going to pull this park over into here. And that'll allow us to bring in a park asset back here. Okay. I do want a way for cars to get back to this parking here. So what I am gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna use a path, and it's gonna give us that illusion, essentially, even though it's a pedestrian path, but it will give us, it will do that for us. Okay, that's nice. It'll give us that illusion. Okay, and then nice thing is we can bring in a park asset back here. Not sure why these have this front area, but I guess with time they'll build up and turn into something. So I guess we'll let them do what they're gonna do. All right, so yeah, I mean, it depends on, you know, some people really like the summer winter Olympics, some people like the winter, some people like both. Some people just like certain events. So, but you know, that's what's so great. That's what's so great. Okay, so we can bring in little park area. So what we could do is we could bring in a playground. There's also, we could actually put in, what would it look like if we did a trampoline park back here? That could kind of be fun. Behind all these apartment complexes, there's a cool little trampoline park. It's an interesting idea. There was a little path there. Okay, and then if we grabbed this vanilla tree that this asset is using, okay, the other thing I need to do is I also need to make it like there's room to pull back to access this parking here. So we also need to bring this up back up to there. Maybe this just isn't the right apartment building for here with the parking back there. I think we just need to change that up. So let's do that. Let's pause this. Give this a little bit more room. So we can do lovely. And then if you lived in these apartments, you'd want to be able to access that there. So if we just did a touch of like that's connecting there. Yeah, that works. And then we can pick a different apartment building here. So we can do that's a little big for me. Yeah, that's kind of a nice one. Okay, and then do we have, if we did like a 3x3 here, that would fit in very nicely. Okay, that works a lot better. Okay. And then like fun, you have this like little trampoline park that's back here randomly, but also not so random. And I think let's go ahead, finish lining this path. And then what didn't mean to do that. What I'd like to do is connect into this path up here from this side. That's lovely. Okay, and then I bet, yeah, we can fit in a nice little gazebo there in the middle. And then we've created a nice little park area here behind these apartments. Okay, I marked these historical, yes. I guess I don't want this to change, so I better mark that historical. Okay, back to play, back to play. Oh, this is all going to be painted in because a lot of these are going to upgrade and they're going to have their own little thing going on. So we're just going to let that, give that time and let that happen. That is a footprint there too. Okay. I guess the best thing to do with these areas is like once everything is leveled up, we can kind of come back and see. I do like these little ones. Let's keep those there. Like I do want a nice like little mix. So I don't want everything to level up. So let's keep a couple of these kind of smaller ones. Yeah, because they'll all level up to this style here, which is nice, but it's nice to have some other little styles in the mix too. So we're going to mark some of these historical so they don't all like these ones with the parking in the back. That's not gonna work for there. This kind of makes me want to do this block ourselves because it is such a nice gridded area. Sorry, everybody. I'm gonna build you. New. I'm gonna build you new. Yeah, if we did like, there's this nice style of house there. If we did those and did like a little path along the back. There are these ones too. We mix these in. Lovely. Okay, let's mark all these historical. And then we could put a nice maybe we actually just do some trees in the back instead of a path. A path would be nice though if you lived, well, some of these have access. Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's do it. And we can do a path with trees and that'll end up looking very nice. Okay, and then everyone has access on the back side of their home to the path there if they want. And there's a little greenery there. I think that's nice. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a nice mix then. Yeah, let's let these stay where they are too. Okay. All right. And it's 11 o'clock. I have to go back to work. Yes, Patrick. Yes, buddy. Over the overpass, yeah. We're having a bit of traffic here, but that's just because people are moving into the area. So I'm not too fussed about that at all. And then with this green space here, I feel like we should just have some nice trees in here. That's good. Okay. Yeah, I think this area, get the lighting correct here, has it's definitely like a different neighborhood vibe from the other two neighborhoods we created, which I really like. I like that it has a different feeling and vibe. It's got a different purpose. I love that we have the large hospital here, you know, heavy on the education in this area. Oh, no, you don't. Nope. That one came in before too. Okay, what size is that? That is a 3x3. I'm just gonna fix this right now. There we go. All right. Well, unfortunately, I do have to get back to work, but we have the gist of this area. We have some fine touches that we need to do, a little bit more zoning, some landscaping to block the highway there. But I really like how this area has turned out. It's got a different feel and vibe. And I think it's like a nice little, it's gonna be a nice little pocket neighborhood. And I like that so far in our 3 neighborhoods, you can, due to the trees that we've selected and the types of buildings, like these feel a little bit similar, but they are different. And yeah, I think that feels really good. Really, really good. And then it also makes sense that we've got the monorail stopping in kind of more this medium density area. So yeah, I really like it. All right, everybody. I would love to like do a monorail ride and all that stuff, but I went a little, I actually have to get back to work. So we'll leave it here for now. I will be streaming Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, and 1 or 2 of those we will do town to city because we need to, or maybe we'll do all 3. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We need to get back in there and work on our town in there too. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Sorry I didn't do such a good job keeping up in the chat today. But I wanted to get this area done in 2 hours, which didn't happen, but we got really close. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much. I hope you all have a joyful day, and I'll catch you next time. Oh, Dizzle, that's so nice. Tell OE I said hello to. It's been too long. Been too long. All right, everybody. Bye.